Welcome back to the Kentucky Student Information Systems mid-year training. We've got 2 more sessions today and then a kind of a KDE update at the end. So I'm going to turn it over next to Holly Tracy and Jeannie Devers, who are going to introduce some new assessment data visualizations. And hopefully you're already familiar with our Tableau dashboards that are available in Infinite Campus. If you are not, we do have a cases webpage that is devoted towards this data visualization. There's a user guide that goes through all of them. And if you just Google KSIS data visualizations, the page should come up for you and you've got all that information. If you already do have access, you might want to log in with us and kind of go through it with us. These are new visualizations and we hope you'll make the people that need access to this information aware that this is available. So I'm going to turn it over to you and Holly and also Jeannie, so go.
Thank you, Dee Dee. As Dee Dee said, we are going to be covering a couple of our new assessment data visualizations today. My name is Holly Tracy, and this is Jeannie Devers. So we're going to be tag teaming this. First, we're going to go through some slides, and then we'll go through a live demonstration. So we have the KDE Tableau user guide that is linked in the presentation. Here you can see the other data visualizations that are available, as well as the 2 new assessment data vises that we're going to talk about today. User access to this tool is limited. KDE recommends limiting access to leadership level staff due to the sensitivity of data, limited licensing available. Detail on granting access to users is also available in the KDE Tableau user guide. If you do not already have access to the data analytics tool in Infinite Campus, contact your Infinite Campus system administrator to have access set up. Setup is not immediate and it does take overnight. So here is a little overview of what we will be presenting today. I will be talking about our KPREP KSA assessment dashboard, and Jeannie is going to be covering the ACT College Readiness dashboard. So here is an overview. We have our first workbook of the KPREP KSA dashboard. This is called the State Assessment Summary, and it is an aggregated view of the students' assessment scores across the state. I will not spend a whole lot of time on this slide since I will be showing it in demonstration after we've gone through the PowerPoint. Before moving on, I will say users have the capability to filter down to a specific school, year, district, and school. So here is a screenshot of the state assessment by student, which is a detailed view of students currently enrolled, depending on the school year you select in the drop-down menu. Due to the state assessment student having personally identifiable information, I will only be sharing a screenshot of this portion of the dashboard with the names blanked out here, so not to share any sensitive information. You can select multiple years from the school year dropdown. Keep in mind that there's only 1 year of KPREP data, which includes the last year KPREP was administered in 2021. And starting with the 21-22 school year and moving forward, KSA data is reported. When it comes to the test dropdown, there are options to select KSA, Alt KSA, KPREP, and Alt KPREP. Another helpful filter is the subject dropdown. So here's where you can select your subject, which can be reading, math, science, social studies, combined writing, editing mechanics, or writing. The black vertical lines that you see here indicate a student's proficiency level, whether that be novice, apprentice, proficient, or distinguished. You can also see that they are color-coded. So novice is red, apprentice is yellow, proficient is green, and distinguished is blue. If a user wants to have a breakdown of all of the students who have taken a specific assessment, all you need to do is go up to the upper right-hand corner here, click download, and then from there you can export your bar graph into a CSV or an Excel spreadsheet. Coming soon to add onto the KPREP KSA data visualization is a demographics analysis worksheet. This is expected to be available in a few weeks. The KPREP KSA was released in the fall, so we have been working and testing and adding on to the data viz ever since then. This dashboard will be great for analyzing different student groups and demographics. There are 2 added filters to the bottom right-hand corner here, the demographic 1 and demographic 2. This allows users to compare data between groups at one time. And then lastly, also coming soon to the KPREP KSA database is the state multi-year student profile. It's a dashboard that allows data to be viewed one student at a time. So there is a drop-down in the bottom right-hand corner that allows users to select a specific student. The test year drop-down controls the enrollment year, which allows you to see the students enrolled in your district or school. So when a student is selected in the drop-down, the filters will automatically generate the demographics and the student group information, along with the assessment scores for the grade they are in for the selected school year. So let's say there needs to be a meeting with a counselor to go over students' performance. Having, this is extremely helpful, so you can cover only their scores and progression with them on this one specific student.
Okay, and now we're going to talk about the ACT College Readiness Analysis. This is the aggregated view of the ACT College Readiness Analysis. This workbook analyzes ACT assessment data. Assessment scores can be analyzed with this view and also with individual student scores as well. You can view the data by the school years, the district names, subject areas that include composite, mathematics, English, reading, college ready level, and also you can see the college ready level of college ready in green, not college ready in red, and no score in gray. This data viz defaults to any test, which includes all scores for the national and state administered test. You have an option to filter the ATC scores to only state administered test, and the highest score is shown if there are multiple scores. You have several demographic categories that can filter your data for your students as well. And here is our view for the ACT College Readiness by student. As you can see, we have removed the student's personal identifiable information. The vertical black lines indicate college readiness target. The college ready level drop downs have the option to filter on college ready, not college ready, exempt, and no score. We also have the various drop downs as well there for the demographics as well as you had on the previous screen. And this is a brand new data visualization that you'll have coming soon. It's the college readiness and participation. As you can see, this viz will show you a comparison of all the subject scores and participation and demographics information at the same time for the past 3 years. It indicates college ready in green, not college ready in orange, shows all of the participants who have taken the ACT. You can filter down those categories as well to get a detailed view in the demographics, and shows everything. It's a really nice view. This is still in production and development, so we would try to make those colors the same as the previous screen. So of course red would be not ready and green. So we're still working on that with them, but it's going to be a great, exciting new view to utilize for college readiness.
Wonderful. Okay, now we are going to get into our live demonstration. So I'm going to be going over the KPREP KSA assessment as I've already discussed. Okay. So all right. So here you can see we have the state assessment summary. And then the second tab is the state assessment by student, which I covered with you on the slides. So here you have your proficiency levels. You have gray is no score, red is novice, apprentice is yellow, proficient is green, distinguished is blue, as I already described. But here it's nice, you can hover over your proficiency level. So we see 44,602 students scored A distinguished and for KSA reading. So you have your district view right here, your grade tested view right here, and then your school reading. So depending on what school year, your school year is going to influence your enrollment. So if we want to see, all right, 21-22 school year, this is going back to our students who are enrolled for this year. And that is going to bring up that year. And then we can filter on the test and we can filter on the reading. Or I'm sorry, on the subject. So we can okay. So we can filter on the test level, which is KSA, Alt KSA, KPREP, Alt KPREP, and then we have our subjects here that we can filter on, which is reading, math, science, social studies, combined writing, editing, mechanics, and writing. So we can filter the school year, like I said, we can filter down to the district name, and we can filter down to the school name as well.
And districts won't see all this, they will only be able to select their own district, their own schools. So that process is already based on your Infinite Campus permissioning setup. Just because we're looking at it from the state level, are we able to go into it to any of the districts?
Thank you, Dee Dee. Yes. And you also have your demographic information over here that you can drill down to if you want to.
I think a lot of this, Holly, I'm going to butt in a little bit. We know we're trying to wrap this up, and maybe as you all switch over to the next one, I think a lot of it is about trying to slice and dice the data in different ways. If you've got a math, somebody that's focused on math, looking at the data for the math tests and being able to focus on that, being able to select just a grade to look at it. So maybe the teachers know the students coming in to their grade the next year, what their tests were. Those are the type of things that we feel like this tool provides you the capability to look at data a little bit differently towards using it.
And here's the ACT College Readiness Analyst composite. And as you can see, it's very similar to the KSA and KPREP. You have your test scores here. ACT right now, we have 3 years of data. So when you can drop down, you can select all or you can select individual. It will show the highest score that they have received. And if you hover over, like Holly as we just did here, you can see their score. Of course, green is college ready, red is not college ready, and gray is no score, which means they've not taken the test. And you can also down below see the current grade level enrolled and when they've taken the test. So you have 9th graders, 10th, 11th, 12th, and grade 14. They're listed. And of course, you do have a comparison of the schools listed below. And all the drop-down boxes are there. You can drill down and get more information and see a wide variety of review that will help you with your students. So economic, you can go under the demographics tab and look at those and select those if you need. But there's a lot of great options here. And as much information as you need and want, you just have to drill down to it and select it and be able to see that view that you're looking for your students.
Do we have any questions currently?
You do not have any questions regarding the assessment visualizations, so I think you're good on that. As far as those that are, watching this today, I know we've had a lot of this information already in school report card. You've looked at it. The school report card does suppress data. This makes it a little bit easier to see your actual data from your assessments, and you're able to not only export a list of all the students, you're also able to export kind of some of these views that might be helpful for board discussions or SBDM meetings, things like that, where you can actually, get the view you're trying to look at. If the special education director needs to see the data for their students, it's very easy to choose special education students and just see that view and kind of give you a really quick image of where you are that allows you to drill down into more detail. And
that brings me to, I wanted to also drop this in there real quick, is how you can drill down and get your bar graphs onto maybe an Excel sheet that you can see easier, which I know I've referenced in our slides, but you go up to download, hit the cross tab, and then you can download whichever visualization you want in Excel or CSV.
Mm-hmm.
And that concludes our presentation today.